Welcome back to the Sixth and Seventh Man podcast. I'm your host Matt. As always, got my co-host Booba. How we doing?
We're great. Ready to be back. Playoff time. Took a little hiatus, but we had to clean up some things with the production and, get this going the right way. But
We've had to clean up a lot of things with production. It's been actually very frustrating, but we should be on the right track now. I hope so. So should be
yeah,
consistent from here on out. We're recording this on Thursday. The seventh seed in each conference is set. We're just waiting to see who the eighth seed is going to be. And then we'll give a full playoff breakdown. But the play-in games have been pretty good so far. Had another iconic Steph Curry night. This guy putting Kawhi and the Clippers away. But anyway, today we're going to talk about the regular season as a whole, wrap it up, give our picks for awards, all NBA teams, things like that. What did you think of this season as a whole?
disappointing and very poor NBA season. To start it off with the tanking epidemic that happened. 8 teams, like you told me earlier. I thought it was 50, but you said 8 teams with 55 plus losses. That is insane. It's poor branding for the NBA. It's poor basketball. That's a fourth of your league, 32 teams. That's 8 of them just tanking. And then they also the league as a whole set once again the record for most three-point attempts per game this season. Um, I think that's bad basketball. And then the last thing that I noted was at least 40% of all NBA players or players like LeBron and things like that missed primetime televised games. That's also very poor. I mean, yeah, it's regular season, but people pay money to go to these games. The viewers, people watching from home, took probably a major hit because of things like that. So just players not playing, teams tanking, the three-point shot went up again. I think it's a very poor NBA season.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we both have never really been true fans of the regular season as a whole. We're more playoff oriented because that's real basketball. That's when they're allowed to be physical, like the game should be. And we've been seeing that with the play in. But yeah, the thing that's, I mean, regular season basketball, you're never going to fix it unless you shorten the season because then the games will actually matter. But when there's 82 damn games, like it's a lot. It's you can't play like that many games that like at 100% letting guys play like they do in the playoffs. It would be chaos. Uh, but yeah, I'm not too mad at it. Other than the tanking thing, they need to figure that out. I think they're just the fact that you're being rewarded for sucking. It's gonna make that's just stupid. Like people are gonna lose games on purpose. It just affects the integrity of the game. And then also it's just disrespectful to the players, the fans, everyone, like everyone involved. Losing on purpose is just not a good brand. So I'm anti that for sure, and they need to fix that immediately.
Yeah.
Flatten out the odds, whatever you got to do to fix it. We can't have teams losing on purpose. It's stupid.
I agree, but I'm sure they'll fix it. No, I agree with everything you said. It's just what are you supposed to do with one of these crappy teams that they're never gonna get their franchise player? So it's like they have to lose to get that draft pick. Because if they don't get that draft pick, what are they gonna do? They're gonna suck the year after too.
I don't know. Pick better. Shoot, that's on
A
your.
team like Utah for sure is unacceptable because they, like you said,
Yeah,
they actually have solid guys. So
yeah. No, that's for sure unacceptable. And the thing is there's always going to be bad teams. Every year there's teams that suck. It happens. Injuries happen, or a team just doesn't click. They turn on the coach. Whatever happens, there's always going to be bad teams. So it's part of the game. But when you're intentionally losing games, like taking starters out in the fourth quarter, that's what I have a problem with. Or just like flat out, like you could just tell a lack of effort on defense, and it's just stupid. It's not even fun to watch. Um, and again, people pay money to watch these and go to these games and whatnot. It's just disrespectful to us. It's disrespectful to the players. Like they want to compete as well. So
yeah, I've been meaning to tell you this. I'll look at the box score. of a certain team. I don't go out of my way to look for that team, but the Nets, and I see the box score for them. I couldn't tell you a single one of their players. I really couldn't. I couldn't give you their first or
Dude,
last. I have no
you
idea who
should.
these guys are.
Well, it was like the Grizzlies against, like, it was the ultimate tank off, dude. It was the Grizzlies against the Jazz. The Jazz at least had like Ace Bailey and Cody Williams in there. Um, but the Grizzlies, bro, if you look at their starting lineup, I've never seen a single one of those humans in my life,
Yeah,
dude.
I
Like, what are they, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Getting a 10-day contract team just to lose. Like,
no,
get
for sure.
out of
It's
here, bro.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But anyway, enough on the tanking there. Let's go ahead and get into. You got anything else you want to say on the season as a whole?
No,
Kind
it's
of a
playoff
weird.
time. It's playoff time.
Yeah, it's playoff time. There's a lot of goofy stuff going on in the regular season, but it's playoffs.
Playoff.
Which, now no Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs. Shout out to Steph Curry for that and Draymond. Um, and then we got Philly at the number 7. But we'll go through the playoffs on our next episode. Let's just get straight into our regular season. Let's start with the All NBA teams. You can go ahead and kick it off. First team,
Um,
third team, however you want to do it.
yeah, I'll give you my first team, and then you can give me yours. I went probably the same as you with the update that Luca and
Yep.
Cade are available and qualify for that. Those two are a no-brainer for me, Cade and Luca. And then I went with the 3 MVPs, most likely finalists, Jokic, Wemby, and SGA.
For first team, same exact as mine. SGA, probably MVP. Might be Wemby, but yeah, like you said, the top 3 is pretty cemented. And then let's talk about Cade and Luca over guys like Kawhi or Jalen Brown. Why do you pick Cade and Luca?
Number 1 seed. He
Yep.
is
He's the entire offense for the Pistons
he's the entire offense for the Pistons.
and a huge part of the defense as well. He's a hell of a defender.
No, for sure. He does everything on all 3
Yeah.
levels, and he gets everyone involved. He not can only score, but he can pass, get everyone involved. Like you said, he's the offense for that team in the half court. He could speed it up. We saw it last year in the playoffs. He gave, was it New York? All right, right. Give New York a run for their money. Every game was pretty close. I think
I
this year
think
they're
they still took him to 6 as well.
either 5 or 6. Yeah,
Yeah, but they were all close games.
for
Could
sure.
have went either way.
Yeah, but this year they're the number 1 seed, and you gotta go Cade.
Yeah, I agree. And then Luca, yeah, averaged like damn near 35 a game or 34 a game or whatever.
Three and a
He
half. Yeah,
he was the Lakers. Um, he was the Lakers, and yeah, I mean he put up insane numbers, and they were the until he got hurt, they were actually rolling. It was looking like they were going to be the 3rd seed, and then he went down, and we saw what happened from there. But yeah, I have Luca, same exact as yours. I'll go into the second team. I got Jalen Brown, Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey, and Jamal Murray as my second team.
what was it? Jalen Brown, Donovan Mitchell.
Kawhi Leonard, Tyrese Maxey, and Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that list
Yep.
at all.
Who
Um,
who do you got?
I went, I think with the exact same. Yeah, Jalen Brown, Maxi, Mitchell, Kawhi, and Jamal Murray.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, those guys. I mean, Jalen Brown, truthfully, should be on first team. It's just
he should.
I feel like the first team is so good in the NBA these days. Like those guys, the top 5 are so elite. It's insane.
Yeah,
So that
I don't know where I would put Jalen Brown. It's either over Cade or Luca, but you're not doing that.
no, I know exactly, but he deserves it for sure. That's what sucks. And then guys like Ant also aren't freaking eligible. Um, that would Giannis isn't eligible. Imagine if Giannis was eligible. Like those guys are in that conversation too. So it's the top 10 of the NBA is super stacked.
Yeah,
But yeah, Jamal Murray, I mean, he had a career season this season. He looked like he should look, and normally looks in the playoffs because normally he's
Really?
yeah. He actually did it in the regular season, so shout out to he averaged like 25 a game, shot the lights out from three.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting first round series with them in Minnesota. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to talk about it. Um, we have Maxey, Tyrese Maxey. He was like almost 29 or 30 a game for the Sixers this year, seventh seed in the playoffs. Throughout the injuries and suspensions, Maxey and VJ Edgecombe really held the team down. Um, so yeah, shout out to him. Mitchell and Kawhi.
Yeah, Kawhi, what, year 14 had a career year?
Yeah, seriously.
That's
He's a
insane.
guy. He's a guy who honestly should be in there for freaking first team as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, they missed the playoffs now. Now we know. But still, he had a crazy year. That's crazy. He missed the play after that year. He missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then Donovan Mitchell. The Cavs are what the fourth seed. Um, Solid year, like almost 30 a game as well. Efficient year.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
see
very
what they do.
excited for the Cavs. I'm very
Well,
excited for the Cavs.
yeah, I'm excited to watch them in the playoffs, and I don't know, dude. I'm doubting them, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. We'll get
Yeah.
into that.
Mhm.
Third team is on you, sir.
This one was actually tough. It was easier yesterday, but now that they added Cade and Luca back, that means two guys are getting bumped. But this one I went Jalen Johnson, I went Brunson, Kevin Durant, Sengun, and Denny Avdia.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, I snubbed two guys that I had on
You,
there.
you snubbed two bigs,
Yeah, you know exactly.
two big men.
Yep.
Yeah, I had those big men in there. So I also had Jalen Johnson, Katie, and Brunson. Where we switched is I went with Duran and Chet, and you went with Abdia and Sengun.
Yeah.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it. I just feel Jalen Duran and Chet both were solid number two options on number one seeds, and they both offer a lot to their teams, especially Chet defensively. Um, they both had career years. Not saying that Abdia and Sengun didn't have good years, but they weren't the number one seed.
Yeah, I think Denny was a lock for me. It was more Sengun. I would have put Dur. It was between Duran and Sengun.
Yeah.
But you look at Sengun does a lot. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I agree. I
I
agree.
just hard to take off that list. And then
I would have put Abdia over Sengun for sure.
yeah,
But yeah, Abdia is the one he's so good, dude.
for sure.
He just gets to the rim whenever he wants to. Like, just gets to the rim. If his shooting can get a little bit better, and maybe some like a little bit of like pull up jumper, because he doesn't pull up, he just charges at the rim every time. Like a
Yeah,
pull up jumper game, mid range, and he had like, or I mean, he has a nice little floater package, but he just has an interesting game. He has a
no,
weird game, but it
for sure.
works,
Yeah, for
and it's
sure.
hard to stop. All right, cool. Well, that rounds out our third team. Only two guys that we really didn't have lined up together. Um, let's move into our. You want to do defensive team or rookie team next?
Rookie, that should be pretty quick. We can
Cool.
get that out of the way.
Go ahead and kick that off. All rookie first team.
I went with my I was gonna say my rookie of the year, but I guess I will say it. My rookie of the year, Cooper Flag. It was between him and Knuppel for rookie of the year, but we'll get into that in a second. So Flag, Knuppel, VJ Edgecombe, Derek Queen, and Dylan Harper.
Cool. Yeah, I got the same guys. Swap out Queen and put Ace Bailey. Um, as much as I like Derek Queen, and he had a crazy rookie year, he's a pretty big liability on defense. Watching a decent amount of Pelicans games. But other than that, he had a really good rookie year. He's going to be a really good player. Him and Fears. But yeah, I got Cooper Flag as rookie of the year as well over Knuppel. Um, close. Knapple definitely isn't like it made it difficult. He was consistent all year for that team, shot efficiently as a rookie, led the league in threes as a rookie. But Cooper Flag just looked different out there, and he was asked to do way more for his team. He's the number one option on the team. He does it all, both ends of the court. Um, and he had a couple 50 balls in there as well. He had some big games throughout the year. Um, so yeah, Cooper Flag for sure.
Yeah. Just all around
But
better.
yeah, instead of you said in or you had
At Derek
Derek
Queen.
Queen, yeah, I would put Ace Bailey in there for my first team.
Yeah.
Derek Queen would be second team with Jeremiah Fears and Cedric Coward. Um, I don't know after that really. I guess I would put Colin Murray Boyles in the second team as well.
Yeah,
He had a solid year. I don't even know if he's eligible. He missed some time, but
for sure. This draft class, regardless, is really good, even with those guys that you mentioned, are
yeah,
pretty solid.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah. The top 10 of that draft, or top really 12, 13. I don't know when Cedric Coward was drafted. He was up there too, though. But
who's
yeah,
up there?
they're looking pretty good.
Even the guy on the Kings, Maxine, I
Hmm.
mean, better
Yeah, he
than the
looks.
pick from 15 years ago, Anthony Bennett.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
better than some guy on the Hawks who I won't mention yet because it's
not
only
yet.
year
No,
two.
not yet.
But
Not yet.
he's in the running.
Not yet.
Uh,
Just he's okay. Just give him some
we'll
time.
give a little time. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Went through rookie of the year, defensive team of the year, or just some guys, notable defensive guys. We don't got to go through the whole team, but who do you think's going to make first team, second? Who do you think deserves to be on the defensive team, just from your eyeball test without
Yeah.
knowing the stats?
Wemby, of course.
Yeah, number
Uh,
one.
yeah, number one. Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Thompson twins,
I'm gonna put both of them in there.
Case and Wallace,
Um, man,
Stephon Castle,
yeah. I mean, yeah. I was trying to give you a top five really quick.
Rudy Gobert probably needs to be in there.
Yeah, if we're not doing a top five, yeah, all those guys you mentioned, along
Yeah,
with
I'm just giving you notable guys. Derek
yeah,
White,
Bam will be in there for sure.
Bam.
Mobley,
Yeah,
Shet, Duran.
Chat. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's
That's
gonna be some
a
guys
lot.
that miss out. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Defensive player of the year, as we said, probably Wemby for both of us by a long shot. I don't even think
yeah,
anyone's in this. No one's even in the discussion with him. There's some good defenders, like we said, but it's Wemby by so far. He's like he just disrupts everything at the rim or near the rim, whatever. They just let him play free safety by the rim, and they just guard the perimeter. And if you dare come inside, you already know Wemby's there, and yeah, like people are afraid to shoot near him because he's going to disrupt every single shot or change every single shot. Like you have to learn a really high arch floater just
exactly.
to beat him. Like that's the only way to beat him.
Yeah, even if he gets switches onto a guard and that guard blows by him, it's still not the same thing
Yep.
anymore because
He could
yeah,
chase you down,
he could chase you down with his long arms. So even if you get
dude.
a step on him,
He
his arms and his height.
he covers so much ground so fast at his side. It's unfair. Like normally, yeah, like you said, like a Porzingis or someone they could just beat him off the dribble and they're at the rim, but yeah, it's stupid. And I honestly don't see as long as he's eligible for that award every year, he's going to win it every single year. There's for his entire career. Like he should have
Question.
got it his rookie year. Last year he wasn't eligible,
Yeah,
and like this year it's not even a question. I don't think it'll ever be a question until he retires or isn't eligible.
or until the fans or whoever the voters get bored of voting him and give him the LeBron treatment and not give it to him every year.
Nah, I don't know, dude. There's just no. It's so like
It's
undeniable.
obvious.
It's
Yeah.
so undeniable. Like
Hmm.
there's no one that even. But you never know. There could be another freak. Some guy comes out and averages 5 steals a game or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we'll see. Um. Okay, that wraps up that. So that
MVP.
covers our defense. What's that?
You want to jump to MVP?
Sure. Actually, I have a question for you. If Wemby wasn't defensive player of the year, who would you have instead?
Um, Scotty Barnes.
Okay.
Just
I'd
top of my
probably
head. I'd have to look more, but Scotty Barnes.
I'd probably have Asar Thompson or Chet there, but Scotty Barnes would be up there too. Anyway, MVP. Let's get into it.
This one was actually really, really close. 2 weeks ago was even closer, but this one was even more closer. I went with SGA over Wemby. And the reason why I gave it over Wemby was because the record was better. Not by much, but the record was better. Gilgeous was consistent every single game. He played basically every single game. And the fact that he had to deal with his whole team being in and out of the lineup. No J-Dub for most of the year. What he played 30 games, 35 games, if that. Yeah, he had Chet, but Case and Wallace was out, Dort was out, Caruso. The entire lineup was just out, and he had to play with someone new every single game. They're coming off a championship, and he didn't let up. He kept his foot on the gas, led him to the number one seed. That's why I went him over Wemby. Um, but it was very close.
Yeah, SGA just he had his best year, most efficient year. Um, not turning the ball over. He almost looks unstoppable on the like when the ball's in his hands. He's getting to that point that like Jokic is at where there's just no way to really guard him. You can only like just do your best to play good defense, and if he beats you, he's just gonna beat you. He's gonna beat you. The thing SGA like very rarely has bad shooting nights. Um, but yeah, Wemby's creeping up on him for that MVP, and once Wemby figures out the offensive end the way he's figured out the defensive end, yeah, we're gonna be talking about him for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
Every like, yeah,
he's gonna
it's
win.
gonna be
He's gonna win the next 8.
it's gonna be insane.
Wemby's gonna win
Um,
8 MVPs.
yeah. All right. But also shout out to Jokic, another insane year, led the league in rebounds and assists,
First time anyone's ever done that.
and isn't gonna get MVP, which is that's
Yeah.
insane. Imagine saying that to me 10 years ago. Oh, this guy's gonna average 28, like 12 and 11,
And lead the
and
league
he's
in 2
and
categories.
he's and he's yeah, he's gonna be the third seed in the West. He's gonna get third in voting and MVP.
Yep.
I would have been like, you're on crack.
Yeah. I mean, I can say the
But
same thing with Luka. Third guy who averages 34 points a game,
yeah,
not gonna get MVP. Like, that was always a for sure thing. Basically, whoever scored the most, I felt like, back in the day would get it, with
yeah,
the exception of, the Steve Nashes and stuff.
yeah. The Steve Nashes, Derrick Rose, which if LeBron scored more that year. LeBron's did a lot, was higher in every statistical category. Um, but yeah, there's a couple exceptions.
Yeah.
Let's get into MIP, Most Improved. I feel like there's a couple of honorable mentions in there. But who's your guy?
This came down to 3 guys, but I'm giving it to Denny Avdia. Um, Improved his numbers from last season, averaging 25, 7, and 7. He shot 50% from the field, and he took more shots. He shot 50% last year from the field, but he took more shots this year. Led the Blazers to the 8th seed, right? Well, 7th seed now, right? Are they 7th seed? Yeah,
Yep, 7.
7th seed now. I think he's the most underrated offensive player in the NBA. You look at how far he's came when he was drafted by the Wizards, averaging 6 points a game. Even his last season on the Wizards before he got traded, 8, 9 points a game, and then you look at him, he's just taken off. His shot will get a lot better, but I think he's the most underrated offensive player in the league. I mean, that's such a huge jump. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists on a not I mean, Blazers team it's a decent roster, but
They have a solid team.
nothing compared to who I think you're gonna say. I think that roster is gonna be it's a lot better right now, but
Yeah, I went with Nikhil. And the other, yeah, I went Nikhil Alexander Walker, but Denny Avdia and Jalen Johnson are my honorable mentions. But Nikhil went from averaging like 7 or 8 a game on a pretty good Minnesota team. Obviously, like last year when they played the Thunder, um, we saw like he had like some 20-point games in that series. we always knew he was a good player, but now he's a major piece of Atlanta's offense,
Mhm.
averaged 20 a game, and their defense, and they're the sixth seed.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I like everything you said about Abdia, and then also Jalen Johnson took an insane step, and I'm very, very intrigued to see what he has to offer in the playoffs because he looks like he's going to be a very good player.
Yeah. Those were my other 2 guys. I didn't give it to Jalen Johnson just because I think he was expected to make that big step this year. I don't think anybody saw Nikhil or Avia making that big of a step or jump. So
Yeah,
that's why. But I mean, yeah, Nikhil is averaging 20 points this year. It's just
yeah.
he's yeah.
Cool. Um, yeah, I'm really intrigued. Jalen Johnson, I have my eyes on him for the playoffs this year. I don't really think they'll do anything, but I'm curious to see what he has to offer. And if they do something, then it will be because of Jalen Johnson. Like I think he's that good. But
I hope they beat the Knicks.
you think what?
I hope they beat the Knicks.
I do too. That would be really funny. And I'm just a Nick hater, but yeah, it would be cool to see because they would have to blow up that team. If they lose in the first round of the Hawks, they have to blow up that
Sure.
team. It's over with.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they went to the or Eastern Conference Finals last year, took Indiana to 6 games, and the owner fired Thibodeau.
Yeah,
So, what, you
yeah,
don't think they're gonna
exactly.
try and go get Giannis or something? They're gonna blow it up, of course, if they lose, especially in the first
Yeah,
round.
I think there's a decent chance that they do. Atlanta's actually a decent team. They're a solid team.
I don't think they will. I really don't.
Yeah, no, I mean the Knicks are going to beat them probably, but it would be really funny if they didn't.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next? Coach of the year. Who you got?
I went Joe Mazzulla. Uh, Not sure if that surprised. I mean, I know it doesn't surprise you, but not sure if you're expecting me to pick that. But I mean, he lost 4 of his 9 rotational players last year, including Drew Holiday, Porzingis. Um, Nobody expected them to be where they are, especially without Tatum for 95% of the year. Jaylen Brown, we already talked about it, MVP candidate, or should be. To finish the 2nd seed, 2 games behind Detroit. I mean, in what was supposed to be a rebuild year is a heck of a job for Missoula. So I thought it was a no-brainer. There's some other good coaches for sure, but I thought what he had to overcome was a no-brainer for me.
Well, yeah, and let's also consider yes, they lost Porzingis, but they lost every big man on that roster essentially. They lost Porzingis, they lost Al Horford, they lost Cornette, and then they also lost Tatum to injury while losing Drew Holiday.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and then you bring in Anthony Simons, who ends up getting traded for Vucevic halfway through the year. Tatum misses most of the year, comes through at the end, and they're the second seed. Um, yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to that organization for keeping their eyes on the prize and not just taking the year off like some other organizations would have. Um, to name one that was in the finals last year that had the worst record in the NBA this year. But anyway, we'll just pretend like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Um, shout out to tanking.
I don't know. No, I'm on the opposite side of that one. I don't think Indiana tanked, really.
So that kind of wraps up our regular season summary. Unless there's anything more,
Who'd
any
you go for coach of the year?
Missoula, yeah,
Oh,
Missoula.
Missoula also? Okay, okay.
With an honorable mention to Tiago Splitter, considering the mess that he had to pick up. Yeah, with Chauncey getting arrested at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
I'm sure Chauncey had his own style and system entirely, and Tiago Splitter had to come in and figure it out, and they made the playoffs
yeah,
and had a solid year, considering they had a decent amount of injuries as well. Scoot Henderson didn't play like most of the year. Shaden Sharp missed a lot of time, so shout out to them. But
yeah. All right. Yeah,
that
that comes.
wraps up regular season, and then I guess next episode we'll be discussing our playoff outlook. I'm sure a couple of games will have passed by the time we record again, but get into our playoff predictions, who we're looking for, who we think is going to win it all, people we're looking for that might blow up and win their team a series, things of that nature. Um, but you got anything else for today, sir?
Do you wanna any players that make big jumps for you this year?
Any players?
Yeah, that
during the regular season.
regular season that was either expected or unexpected that made pretty big jumps.
Well, we went through Jalen Johnson, Abdia. I think Jalen Johnson, he has potential to be like one of the great players in the league. Um, but we'll see if he can put it all together. Brandon Miller, to me, is a guy to keep my eye on too. Trey Murphy, I was expecting a little bit more, to be honest, but still had a solid year. But
The Pelicans we're talking about, you can't knock
yeah,
on him.
we'll see. We'll see if that continues. VJ Edgecombe came out swinging. I
Yeah,
think
for
he's going to be a star.
yeah,
Dylan Harper came out swinging. I think he's going to be a star. Same thing with Cooper Flag. There's a
yeah,
lot of guys in that draft that I got my eye on from the regular season. You know, a lot of guys that got to carry that momentum into next year, and we'll see if it materializes. It's always interesting to see how this stuff plays out.
yeah. Another player I'll add is Keontae George.
Yeah,
17, 17, 5 and 5 last year. This year is averaging 20, almost 25 a game, 25, 7 and
I'll tell
5.
you right now, if their franchise let them play this year, they would have made the playoffs. If they let Marketing and Keontae George ball out, plus trading for Jaren Jackson, they would have made the playoffs, bro. But whatever, tanking one more year. I'm actually interested to see that team next year
I am
when
too.
they're whole. We'll see what they do with Walker Kessler. Like they have a really good roster, and then they're gonna get a most
Yeah.
likely get a lottery pick. So
I wonder if they trade Kessler. I mean, there's always been trade speculation about him. See if they trade him because I mean, yeah, they have Jackson and Markkinen now. But I mean,
plus Filipowski,
yeah,
Kessler, yeah, they have a
Ace
lot.
Bailey's pretty big.
Ace Bailey's like 6'10". Like
Yeah, he's huge for
yeah,
sure.
we'll
They're
see
they
who they draft.
sure. Yeah, we'll see what they
Yeah,
draft. Hopefully, they just get a top pick and just that's it. Give them their guy and let them go for years to come.
I could see Derek Peterson on that team. Him and Keontae George, I think that would be nasty.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if the league punishes them for their activities. Like, all right, okay, based on the summary of this year, if you had to put your money on who's getting the number one pick, because everyone knows the lottery's rigged, who's getting it? And who do you think deserves it?
Shoot.
It's gonna be AJ DeBanza. Who deserves AJ DeBanza?
I want him to go to the Pacers. But who deserves the number one pick? Sacramento.
Yeah,
They need someone.
for
Come on.
sure, for sure. Well, also Chicago needs some help over there. They like
Okay, actually, I take that back. Chicago.
Chicago needs some help over there, dude.
I'm,
You know,
I'm
they just
Chicago.
fired everyone in their organization, blew up their entire roster over the last year. Started fresh with AJ DeBanza. Start moving
Yes.
forward. I don't
Yep.
know
No,
him and Josh Giddey or whatever. I don't really
I'm going
care, but
Chicago. Chicago's a huge sports town. They need a
yeah,
huge,
they need a guy, dude. They have
they need
nobody
something.
like Giddey. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Chicago needs, I mean, who cares about Sacramento? I'm giving it to Chicago.
Yeah. Well,
Chicago.
Sacramento still has players, dude. They still got to figure out their roster. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Give me Chicago. Chicago's getting it. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be
Okay.
Chicago.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And they actually didn't freaking tank the entire year either. Like they were trying to win games. They did
Got
trade
off to a
half
decent
their
start.
roster.
Yeah. Off to a decent start. Just fell apart.
Then they had the whole Jaden Ivey thing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, give it to Chicago.
Yeah.
But all right, that wraps up our regular season recap. We'll be back next time with our playoff outlook. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.